Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're here for another Plan With Me video, and the way I've been doing Plan With Me's lately is a weekly and then a daily for the rest of the week. So you can see how I use a weekly plan and a daily plan in combination. And I'm sure that there are some pieces of these videos that get a little bit repetitive. My system hasn't changed all that much, but there are usually little tweaks here or there every week that's different than the way I planned the week before, and this week is no different. There is going to be something different that I will tell you about, which you might already notice that my weekly planner layout is a little bit different. So for the longest time I was using the ink and bolt, and I ran out of that one and didn't have time to reorder it. Like I needed a weekly planning pad, and so I made my own just on Excel. And it was pretty similar to the ink and bolt, but just for my own personal use. And one of the things that included was a section for to-dos at the top. It had like 3 to-dos for the day. And I liked having that section because I had some to-dos that were repetitive every week. So it was nice to have a place to like rewrite those and not forget about them. But because I was printing this weekly layout on just a normal 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper instead of the ink and bolt one, which was a little bit bigger, and I was including Saturday and Sunday, it was making the boxes a little bit smaller. So I was trying to see what I could do to make the boxes a little bit bigger so I had a little bit more room to write. So what I did is I took the to-do list section off and I created this like weekly to-do list using a notebook. I have so many notebooks, as I'm sure you can relate, that I need to get through. And so these are the things that I need to do these days of the week, every single week. Like these are things that happen every single week. For now, like this will change. And you know, I have practice for dance. That will change when dance is over. But for now, these are the things I do on these days every single week. So then instead of taking up space on my weekly plan for these things, I just have this notebook on my desk at all times. And on each day, when I plan out each day, I can refer to this and add in all the Monday stuff, the Tuesday stuff, and so on and so forth. So you'll see that when we get to the daily plans for the rest of this week. But I wanted to explain that is why the to-do list section is missing on my weekly layout here. So let's kick it off in the same way we always do, which is my AM routine across the top. One of the things I think I've mentioned before, but my AM routine does start at different times every day depending on what time I went to bed the day before, but I just like seeing the consistency of it all the way across the top. And then same thing with my PM routine. My PM routine is going to vary based on what that day looked like. And honestly, if you watch my latest favorites video, I talked about this a little bit, like the flexibility in my routine. And honestly, giving myself that flexibility, it makes it so much easier for me to be consistent with my routines. Like consistency doesn't have to mean that I'm doing my AM routine at 6 a.m. every single day. To me, consistency is that I'm doing at least some part of my AM routine most days. But like that is the sentence. I'm doing at least some part of my routine most days. It is unlikely it's gonna be the whole routine every day. It's probably not even gonna be every day, even though I'm gonna draw the line for every day. And it's also not likely to start at the same time every day, but that doesn't mean that I'm not being consistent with it. So we'll just start with that and draw that across the top. And then same thing you'll see as I start to get into like the actual to-dos, I am going to have my like work to-dos start at 9 every day. Some days I'm actually planning to start work a little bit earlier. Like if I get up and do my AM routine at 6, I've cut a couple steps out of it and like shrunk it down a little bit so that it all be done in 2.5 hours depending on the day. But I'm still gonna start my work to-dos at 9, even though if that's not exactly the time I'm gonna start on it. And then you'll see when we get to the daily plan, that's one of the reasons why I like the weekly plan, and then the daily plan is I can adjust it. What time did I actually get up? What time am I actually getting started with things? I don't know if this blue really matches. I grabbed it while I was talking. This is just on today's. Oh, wow, that is so dark. Okay, we're gonna play it safe and we're just gonna use the gray one. Actually, that's not even where we're starting on Monday. Monday, I actually have a call with a coach that I work with from 9 to 11 on Monday morning, and then we'll start with the to-dos. So I did talk about this a little bit in my last Plan With Me, but instead of writing the things that I want to do each day and like how long I think they're going to take and what times I'm going to start them, I'm just kind of listing them in a to-do list. And I will say I had a question, somebody sent me a DM. In my Google Cal, I'm still technically time blocking them. I'm still estimating how long I think things are going to take and making sure that there is time for them based on that estimate in the daily plan. But the reason I'm not doing it on like this layout or my daily planner is that then my brain doesn't get tied to those times, if that makes sense. So like, yes, I'm gonna write, there's 2 things that I wanna do on Monday, and plus like these things, plus like, you'll see I have a doctor's appointment at 4. That based on my time estimates and taking breaks and eating lunch, etc., that should map out. But instead of saying, oh, this is going to be from 11 to 1 and then I'm going to break from 1 to 2 and this is 2 to 3, if things take more time or less time, I don't feel so overwhelmed or behind or ahead and then whatever. So I don't know if that is making sense. Let me know if you want me to explain that a little bit further, but that is how things are working right now in my head. So the first thing I need to do is prep videos. I'm actually gonna prep 2, and then HB90. I'm doing the HB90 boot camp. I talked about HB90 before as a project management system that I am trying for my business. I did a video on like the things I do to prepare for a new month, that I talked about it in that video. And it is working for me in some senses, and then there are things that aren't working for me. And so I signed up for the class, and it actually starts today. Today is Sunday, the day I'm filming this. And then, so each day this week I want to do the actual class. And then that's really it. If I can get through those 2 things, plus again, all those other things on the to-do list. And then I have a doctor's appointment at 4. And then I actually have to start leaving for dance at 5 for something that I'm doing virtually from 6 to 7 that I'm gonna do in Queens before dance actually starts at 7. All right, so moving on to Tuesday, same thing. I just have 4 to-dos that in Google were mapped out with hours just to make sure that they fit. But then I'm just gonna list them as to-dos. So I need to do my HB90 class on Tuesday. It's basically 1 a day from today through like the following Saturday. And then I wanna film a video. There was one video in September that when I batch filmed for September, I wasn't quite ready to film yet, and I've mapped it out yesterday, so I feel good about that. And then I'm trying to do an hour of education each week, and that happened to fall better on Tuesday. And then a one-on-one related project that I'm working on for one-on-one coaching. And then that's it until dance at 6. All right, moving on to Wednesday. I only have 2 because I have some other things going on Wednesday. So we also have HB90. It feels repetitive to write that every day, but it's just for this week. And then I'm gonna start content planning for October. Wow, that feels like I'm filming this on September 11th, so that feels really early. But just the way that the month falls this go around, I'm doing most of my content prep next week. So yeah, I'm planning this week, which again feels early, but that's okay. So then I have the live at 1, and then I will do the recap right after the live. And then one of the things, if I don't finish these things before I have a little bit of time afterwards, I did this last week and it worked out well. I've really been trying to figure out the best time for me to go grocery shopping. So it feels like, because I work for myself, going on the weekends and dealing with the weekend crowds doesn't make any sense. So I was trying to go during the week, and I was trying to go in the mornings because it also felt like, let's get this over with while you're still in your workout clothes, like go to the grocery store and get that over with. Because the grocery store is a bit of a walk, and then when I walk home with my groceries, it's an extension of my workout. But my mornings, that is my most productive time. Like, that is my best mind. I am the most effective me in the mornings. I am not wasting that on grocery shopping. So anyways, I'm gonna try it on Wednesday afternoon when I need a break after doing the live. And then I have a one-on-one call at 5 on Wednesday. And then we have the evening Patreon co-working. We did our daytime one last week, and we have our evening one this Wednesday. And what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write on here so I don't forget, during co-working is dye my hair. But if I don't get to it, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, moving on to Thursday. So Thursday is just, again, some more to-dos. I have 3 things that I wanna do on Thursday. HB90, shocker, I know you're surprised. And then I am calling this just admin. It's admin for my one-on-one coaching. It's also analytics. I used to call it my Friday routines, but I'm moving it to whatever day after my last one-on-one call that week and just calling it admin. So that is on Thursday this week. It also worked out that this Friday I'm actually gonna be out of town. And then finish the content plan is the other part of Thursday. There's nothing else scheduled Thursday. Oh, so then the one thing I have not figured out where it goes is when I think of a day specific to do that is like, it's not a business. Well, you know what? Actually, I know where I'm gonna put it. Okay, so because this one does take longer. So then dance on Thursday, I don't have to leave until 7. Well, actually after 7, but I'm just gonna do that. So the thing I need to do on Thursday is pack. But I also, there was something else I thought of that was like a day specific to do this week. That was like a 5-minute task that I was like, I don't actually know where I'm gonna put that. So TBD on that. Because like if I thought of it today, like it's not something I want to write on tomorrow's to-do list. All right, moving on to Friday. So we are flying to Chicago on Friday morning. We have a wedding for one of my high school friends. And then I am hoping Friday afternoon to squeeze in the HB90. I'm hoping to sneak off and do that in the afternoon. And then we're just having dinner at home with my mom, and then there's like welcome drinks in the evening on Friday. By the time this video goes up, this will have already happened, but if I'm being totally honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous this weekend for this high school friend's wedding. He came to our wedding. I'm still very close with him. I adore him and his fiance, like totally excited about that part. But I did not go to my own high school reunion because we were actually out of town at a wedding. And so there's gonna be a lot of people that I haven't seen since high school that he stayed close with that I did not. So I'm just a little bit like, I'm not so sure. Okay, so then the wedding is on Saturday. It starts at 5. I'm gonna go ahead and just write this at the same time. I am gonna try to also squeeze in the last HB90 while I am home on Saturday during the day. If it was gonna be nice, my mom and I were gonna go to the pool, but it looks like it's not gonna be nice. Obviously it could change in the next 5 days, but as of right now, it's not looking like that. And then on Sunday, we are going on a boat to celebrate Sam's birthday. I'm trying to remember, I don't remember the exact hours of the boat, but his birthday is actually Monday, and so we are gonna go on a boat on Sunday to celebrate. Okay, then the only other thing I have to add, because this is the first Plan With Me I'm filming since football season has started. I'm so excited that football is back. So the UT game is actually on Saturday night. We're gonna be at this wedding, which is fine. We are playing UTSA, which shouldn't be that big of a deal. If you went to UTSA, I apologize. Your football team is still new and growing. And both my parents went to UTSA for undergrad, so I feel it. And then on the Cowboys play on Sunday, we're actually gonna be on the boat. And that was poor timing on all of our parts, but it is what it is. So the Cowboys game is on Sunday at 3:30 Central. Oh, I just realized I wrote this at 8 p.m. It is at 7 p.m. Central. It really doesn't matter because we are gonna be at a wedding. Okay, so that is the plan for the week. I will see you tomorrow to plan on Monday. Good morning. It is Monday. I have such a love-hate relationship with Mondays. Anybody else relate? Like most Mondays I'm actually really excited. I feel like it's a fresh start, like we're getting back to it. But then some Mondays I'm like very sad the weekend is over. It always kind of depends on how the weekend ended up. So anyways, kicking it off today, I got up at about 6:30. I started to stay up to watch the Cowboys game and really glad I went to bed. So my AM routine started about 6:30, but like I mentioned in the weekly part, I have cut it a little bit. So it takes about 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna go and draw the line to about 9, which works out perfectly because I have that coaching call from 9 to 11. And then the most important thing that I cannot forget that needs to happen as soon as that call is over is I need to get dinner in the crock pot. I used to always do dinner in the crock pot on Wednesdays, but because of some shifts in my schedule, it actually makes more sense for me to prioritize that on Mondays. I know I could do more than one, but right now I typically just do one crock pot meal a week. So I'm doing that on Mondays right now. So let's go ahead. Here's our weekly plan. Let's pull in the other things. I am actually going to move something up from Tuesday to Monday. I was kind of thinking about it a little bit more, and Mondays I usually am so much more motivated, and these two things are slotted to like exactly fit that amount of time. So if in the scenario that these two things take less time than I estimated for them, I want to have a third thing that I'm ready to work on before this doctor's appointment, because like I said, Mondays I'm usually just way more motivated, and so I want something there. Obviously I could always go pick something from Tuesday, but by already having it written in my daily calendar, it just motivates me even more to at least get started on it and potentially check it off. So I'm gonna start with the two important things that I want to get to today, and then the thing that I will jump to if there is time is education and take that off of tomorrow's list. Then I have my doctor's appointment at 4. and it's not that far from our apartment. I don't need to be there that early, so I will probably leave like 10 minutes before, and then I'll come home quickly. As I'm writing that, maybe I won't come home in between. We'll see how today goes. There's likely time to come home in between. I don't know why I stopped drawing that there. Mondays are long. Mondays are a lot of dance. Okay, so then let me grab my weekly to-do list page and transfer some of those things over. So, okay, so here's how I'm doing communication now. If you watched a lot of these, you watched my weekly setup, you're probably like, Laken, where's your communication routine? And instead of scheduling it at a certain time every day, I'm just incorporating it into my to-do list so that I do it when it makes sense for that day, because it doesn't have to be done at a certain time every single day. So I just kind of make it it doesn't even matter. I will for sure get to it. I can just make it a work task. Okay, I need to water my plant, which got bumped from Fridays to Mondays. I need to practice for dance. That is a massive priority. And then I need to update Calendly. Okay, so there is my plan for today. I will check in with you tomorrow. Hello, good morning. This is how yesterday turned out. I got a little bit messy yesterday, but I got a lot of things done. I'm really glad that I moved that one to do from Tuesday over to yesterday because I got that done. The only thing that ended up on my list that I didn't get to was the drugstore. In my head, I thought I was gonna go to my doctor's appointment and then come home and then go to dance, and it was just, that didn't make any sense because the doctor's appointment was right by the subway. Also, why did I write doctor's appointment? I was getting a shot. I was just at a pharmacy. But that leads me into today. That is impacting me way more than I should have expected it, but I did not plan for it. And so I am not anywhere near 100% today. I'm actually not as bad as I could be, but I am not 100%. So the good news is I have that flexibility to move some things around. Not much. I don't know why I just was like about to write Thursday. Gonna pretend that's a U, even though it really doesn't look like a U, but that is okay. I get asked a lot about like perfectionism, and this is one of the things that old me would have started a whole new page. Would have been like, I can't possibly look at that weird, what was started to be an H, but now I turned it into a U the entire day. So I am gonna have to start a whole new page. And like, that's an entire waste of a page on a planner that I spent money on. So I am like, that you're going to be looking at the rest of this, not at the date at the top. Okay, so moving on to, well, let's start off. I got up at about 7:30, so it's not like I slept in super late. Well, it's because I don't feel great, and I don't know if you're anything like me, I can't sleep when I don't feel well. So I started my AM routine about 7:30, and I'm cutting a lot out of it. So let's say I should be done around 9 at this point. The good news is I got the education done yesterday. The one thing I'm not going to do today is filming a video. Like, I'm just not getting ready and like making myself video ready. So I for sure am gonna do these two things, the HB90 and the one-on-one stuff. And then I'm also going to make a list of like a lot of little small things. Well, actually, hold on. Third thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the content plan from Wednesday because I do wanna film the video tomorrow. So I'm gonna start content planning today. I might also be doing all of this from my bed. It's very possible I go work from the bed. If you've watched some of my vlogs, I like to work in the bed because I have this beautiful lap desk that makes it so easy and it's comfortable, it's cool in there. So anyway, so those 3 things. And then there's some little things that I want to put, like work things that I'm like, this is a 10-minute task. It doesn't like fall into a big chunk. So I have some of them stored on my phone. I'm actually gonna start with like a brain dump and get some of those little tasks out of my head and then just power through some of those. So I'm still planning to use my Pomodoro cycle. I've talked about that in a number of videos now. I'm still planning to do that, and I'm just gonna like do a bunch of little things. And then I will leave for dance. I have to go to dance tonight, even if I'm not feeling 100%, so I'll leave for dance at about 6:15 and then do my PM routine, and then I'm gonna see how I'm feeling. I might stop. I'm just gonna write it. I was gonna do a dot marker. I might just stop at the drugstore. Again, the drugstore pharmacy is right by the subway. So on my way home from dance, if I'm feeling up for it, and grab that list that I set out yesterday. Otherwise, none of that stuff is like life or death that we don't have it in our house right now, but we are out of some things. Now let's go to my weekly to do. Oh, I also for sure I'm going to do my communication routine. For sure I'm going to practice for dance, even if it's just in my head. And then fantasy is back, and for one of the fantasy football, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and for one of the leagues I'm in, I am the commissioner. And so I always do like a funny recap text on Tuesdays. The other thing that I'm gonna write, which I may or may not get to, it really is gonna depend on how I feel, are the Q&A answers. I actually got a lot of great Q's yesterday. I do post a weekly question box on Instagram. Follow me there, Plan with Laken, on Mondays, and I like to answer those on Tuesdays. But we'll see how I'm feeling if I get to those. I don't really have any other personal tasks. What did I write? Oh, this is one of these things that will come out in the brain dump. Otherwise, there's the Tuesday plan. Good morning. This is how yesterday turned out. Actually, I did this. Given how I was feeling, I feel pretty good about my progress. I got through 8 Pomodoro cycles. I got through a lot of stuff. I did not everything, obviously, but I feel pretty good about what I did yesterday. I am feeling 100% better. Yesterday, I actually also got worse as the day went on. So I like started out strong and then needed like a nap in the afternoon, and then kind of did a couple more things before I went to dance. But that's how yesterday turned out. I am feeling much better today, although my arm is still absolutely killing me. Otherwise, I feel great. So let's write in. I learned my lesson. I do not have space to write the entire word Wednesday and fill in the entire date. So today I am not changing things up, but like there's some things that I'm gonna have to move from yesterday, and then some things I have to move around. So I got up at 6, started my AM routine, so should be done at about 8:30, although I'm gonna take getting ready out of my AM routine and do it a little bit later. So I'll draw the arrow, but I might end up starting things a little bit earlier. I've been really enjoying the HP90 course, and I'm like excited to jump into the next section. And I will share all my thoughts on the system. And I mean, I reviewed the planner like a year ago. It doesn't do anything without the course. I will share my thoughts when I feel like, when I've not only finished the course, but like use the system a little bit more. I've been using the system for like 6 months now, it feels like. Maybe less. But without the course, I've learned so much more in the last 3 days about the system and making it work for me. So anyways, all that to say, that's like the first thing I want to do today because I'm really excited. So I'm going to start with that as like my first thing. And then I'm going to get ready. And the only reason I'm writing it like with a check mark is just because this is like the order that I want to do things in. Then I'm gonna do the Q&A answers that I didn't do yesterday. Then I'm going to film the video that I didn't film yesterday. And if that's all I get done before the live, actually we're gonna assume that that's all I'm gonna get done before the live. That's totally fine. I know it doesn't take all the space up until the live, but yeah, these are just check marks. They're not like actually how long things are gonna take. So we got the live, then we got the recap. Then I am not gonna go to Trader Joe's. We are actually pretty okay on our staples, and we're leaving Friday morning to go out of town. So I don't know why I thought I don't need more groceries today. So I'm actually not gonna go to Trader Joe's. So then this afternoon, after the recap, I will continue to work on the content plan. I did get some things done yesterday related to it, but the one thing I didn't get to that I'd like to do today is my personal goals, which falls into the content plan because I always film a goal setting video every month. So when I schedule time for the content plan, that's also scheduling time for my personal goals. And the HB90 topic today is goals. And yes, I'm doing HB90 strictly for my business, not for my personal goals, but I do have a feeling I'm gonna learn some things today that will help me set my personal goals. So I did everything else that I would consider in this first half of the content planning, I did yesterday except for that. So I would like to get to that. And then if I have time, I'm gonna do this one-on-one project that I did absolutely zero of yesterday. And then I have that one-on-one call at 5. And then I will cook dinner. And then we have our Patreon co-working call at 7. I was originally going to dye my hair during the co-working call, but y'all, the way that my arm feels, my arms get tired dyeing my hair when I didn't get a vaccine. So I just don't think there's any way I'm gonna make it through. And I actually texted my mom yesterday because the problem was we're going to a wedding this weekend and I really wanted it to be fresh, but we're not checking bags. And it's too late to like order it and have it shipped to my mom. Well, I texted my mom yesterday, and the good news is, this is very random, but she has one of my hair dyes. I just do a box dye at her house. So I am going to have my mom do it Friday afternoon, which I'm really excited about. So during the co-working session, we'll see how I feel. If I have the energy to do actual work, I'll do actual work. If I don't have the energy for that, I will do personal things, and that will be that. All right, and then for my weekly to-do, there's not that much. It's really just schedule the live and communication. I still haven't made it to the drugstore to get that list of stuff from Monday. So let's put that on priorities. I'm gonna need to leave the apartment at some point today anyways, now that I took her out grocery shopping. So when I need like a break, when I have one of my long breaks in the Pomodoro cycle and I need to actually get out of the apartment, I will go to the drugstore and check that off. Anything else I'm missing? I don't think so. All right, happy Wednesday. All right, good morning. It is Thursday. I am so happy with how yesterday went. Like I felt like I had a lot of energy, even though my arm was still killing me. I got a lot of things done yesterday. It was great. But let's get to today. Get today all planned out. Thursday, the 15th. So we are officially halfway through September. Feels a little bit like it's flying by. The whole second half of the year kind of feels like it's flying by a little bit. Anybody else feeling that way? All right, so I got up at 6, so my AM routine will go until about 6:30. Okay, here is my weekly planner. So pretty much exactly what I've got here, plus I'm gonna pull some of the things I thought of yesterday. And those are the things that came out of my head right away. So the 3 things for sure I need to get to is the HB90 day 5, admin stuff for Friday. I can't remember if I explained this in the weekly one. Yeah, I did. That it used to be Friday routines, and now I'm kind of just doing it after my last one-on-one call. So I mean, could have done it yesterday, and just calling it admin. Finish the content planning. I did some of it yesterday, so I feel really good. All I have left to do today is the actual like YouTube video planning, like the talking points. I don't script out like exactly what I'm gonna say in every YouTube video, but I do make bullet points and notes for my editor for things that I want to have her pop up or overlay while I'm talking. And so I need to do that for all of the October videos, which there actually are a lot of October videos. And so that's what I have to finish today. Okay, I need to pack. And then I for sure need to paint my nails. In case you couldn't tell, I took all my nail polish off yesterday. And then I need to paint my nails. I need to do my communication routine. What are the other things that I wrote down yesterday? Okay, the Monday plan. So we land Monday at like 2. And then I'm gonna come home with Sam, drop off my bags, and I need to literally just be able to grab my stuff for dance and go, because I'm trying to run by or squeeze into this event. You know, I've talked about Four Sigmatic, the coffee. They're having this cool event on Monday they invited me to that I would really like to go to, but we're just gonna see if I have time to squeeze it in between the airport and dance. But I need to have everything ready to go here at home so I can literally like run in, drop, switch bags, and like leave again. We need to check in for our flight. By we, I mean I need to check in for our flight. That's important. I need to pay my taxes. Today is tax day for quarterly taxes for business. And then I am going to kick off a sort of a week in the life type of vlog today. I think that's it. I say that's it. That's a lot of things that you have to get to today, Laken. And then I leave for dance at about 7:15. Draw that all the way down. I will probably still go to the bar for karaoke for a little bit tonight, but we have not an early flight tomorrow. Although I feel like, let me know if you can relate. I feel like I think it's at 9 or 9:30. I feel like 9 to 10 a.m. flights are always a little deceiving because they feel later in the morning than like a 6 or 7 a.m. flight. But like in airport hours, you still have to get up pretty early to get there. So anyways, I won't stay out super late tonight, but these are all the things that I need to get to today. And then my weekly to-dos, communication, I already added it in. I do need to practice for dance tonight. at least what we did last week for sure. And then fantasy, it's Thursday, so I need to check on my fantasy team and make sure I feel good about who's playing, who's on the bench. It's still early in the season. There's not usually a whole lot of moving around from the bench to everywhere else, but I do always want to check on it on Thursdays. All right, that is going to be it for my plan today, and that is also going to be it for this video, because tomorrow, like I said, our flight's at like 9, so I'm going to get up. I'm not going to do a daily plan. We're just going to go straight to the airport. If you liked this video, if you are liking these videos, I do have a different twist planned for the one coming next month. My plan is to do these, continue to do these once a month, and I have kind of something different planned for it next month. So hopefully you enjoy that. But if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. A video which composes of? That was weird. Get to the daily planning days. The daily planning days? Hi.